Whoa, welcome to Hot Takes with Cheddar Chaz, but there's no hand holding. We do with facts and emotion. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification if you haven't already. Shout out to Miller Lite, DraftKings, Topo Chico. You guys should support them because they support us. Yo, so today, I want to speak about Zion's physical condition and some questions I had after doing the research, or as we call where I'm from, doing the knowledge. You understand? So comparing the recent photos that came out to some of the photos of the past. By past, I mean Duke Zion, rookie season Zion, sophomore season Zion. You could throw foot Zion out the equation. We don't even need to talk about broken foot Zion. And last season Zion. I have to say it does look like the brother doing this thing like he's been in the gym, like he back, lifting them BBLs again. Get you a natural, what I'm saying? Zion, get you a natural woman, bro. Get you a Cherokee. A Beauty Dior, Carmen Hayes, Pinky. I don't know if Pinky's still around. Get you a natural veteran. You know what I'm saying? But more power to you. After comparing his past photos to the recent photos that have come out, I have quite a few questions. For those of you who like to read, a few years ago I was reading Shaq's book, Shaq Uncut, I believe it's called, and he spoke about when he went to Miami, how Pat Riley had them do this like strenuous conditioning program to where he wanted their body fat percentage to be a certain number. And Shaq said as a result, he suffered more injuries due to like him not having extra fat to absorb blows, because how Shaq played, Shaq was a dominant traditional post big man. And he said that extra fat helped him, and the more lean he became, the more injuries and bruises and things like that, soft tissue injuries, he sustained. And it wasn't until he went to Phoenix to where he found a happy medium, ironically, where Aaron Nelson came from, right? So when I look at Zion, it's like three different people. You see Duke Zion, which seemed to be an ideal player. Even then, some people felt like he was overweight, but it seemed to be ideal for the most part. Seemed extremely explosive. Lateral quickness was there. Burst was there. Everything was there, right? Then when you look at even rookie preseason Zion, he wasn't in the best shape due to some of his first round pick obligations, but he still looked just bigger, faster, and stronger than everyone else. He looked explosive, yet and still. He just looked like he's very graceful. Then you had Stan Van Gundy Zion. And while we're speaking about that, condolences and prayers to Stan Van Gundy and his family. For those of you who've heard, he's lost his wife. And that's extremely traumatic. It's a tragedy. Prayers to them, and much love and peace to them and the entire Van Gundy family. But yeah, he looked, he was very heavy set, very bulky. You wouldn't say he was ripped by any stretch of the imagination, but that was his healthiest year. The conditioning was there for the most part. Didn't really play defense, but he was able to keep his offense at a high level. He hit a bit of a wall right before the All-Star break, but he was able to bounce back and keep his offense at a high level before he was shut down due to injury. And then you have last year's Zion. So last year's Zion had a few ebbs and flows in his weight. Of course, he came into the season in tremendous shape, but he wasn't quite in basketball shape yet. He had just had an entire year off, and a year plus off if you consider what happened with his finger. That Stan Van Gundy year. And so you would see certain images of Zion like after practice or after a game. And he looks heavy again. Like, what's going on here? And then you would see him a day later and he looked like media day Zion. It looked like he was in incredible shape. So it was kind of like a really confusing time. So the thing that concerns me about these photos that have surfaced recently is that, for one, they're photos. We never see Zion actually playing basketball with other adult men. But, you might see a photo or two of him, at a YMCA event or at a park, some random park, playing with, some kids. And that makes it really hard to kind of determine Zion's physical condition just from a size standpoint alone. Those pictures came out. I don't recall if there was actually any like profile photos so you could like see his stomach. And truthfully, there are some people who have just really good genetics as far as their arms being easily toned. Like some people, I can actually speak for myself. even if I'm not in the best shape, if I do like a few curls, it's gonna look like I'm ripped the next day. Pause. It's gonna look like I'm ripped just because I happen to have arms like that. And I think Zion has arms like that. If you go back to the bubble when those photos came out of Zion with the mask, he's looking like Bane. As soon as Zion had that hamstring injury and he came back, it looked like this motherfucker's jersey was painted on him. Like he looked crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? The jersey, it looked wild. It looked like he was shoplifting and sticking everything in his jersey. He looked crazy. Like he was stealing a bunch of hot dog buns. Pause. So when that happened, that goes to show me that, Zion doesn't have much room for error in the event of an injury at this size. So I feel like, while some people are encouraged by those pictures, I'm personally not, because I felt like that's how he looked last season. And in the event of injury, if he can't move around, he doesn't have a wide margin for error. He's just going to blow up again. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Zion, I think we all feel like Zion should be at like maybe 265, 270, ideally 265 though, right? But we don't really know if that's comfortable for him. Like, it's kind of, I guess it's kind of like a fighter. You could be over dehydrated, or you can be to a point where your body is more sustainable to injury. We just kind of saw this with Errol Spence. Your body is more sustainable to injury because you don't have the proper nutrition, or maybe you don't have enough body fat or things like that to give you the proper energy you need. So that could be an issue with Zion, much like it was an issue with Shaq. And I tried to highlight at Coach Jasper Bibbs, trying to get him on the show. He works with Donovan Mitchell, Royce O'Neal, and he's working with Zion. So the question I have is, like, are they afraid to go to maybe a lower body fat percentage or just a lower weight in general because they think that would make him even more sustainable to injury? Because, like, again, you had Shaq, and of course you had Orlando Shaq, who was a monster, and you had Lakers Shaq, who was a monster, but he was heavier, and then you had Miami Shaq, who was kind of, he was cool, but that's when you started seeing him sustain more and more injuries when he started to get leaner, and he also got a little older. And even with LeBron, like when you look at LeBron is a lot leaner than he was in his earlier years. And I just wonder, again, Zion is, one of one. He has a very unique body, but I just wonder, what is the hesitancy with him dropping even more weight? Like, just what is that hesitancy? Are they afraid of, like, just his style of play, him sustaining more injury? Like, but you look at a dude like Giannis is like all muscle, and he don't really get injured like that, and they play a similar style of play, just real downhill, very physical. Zion's a bit more graceful than Giannis, but it's just very interesting, and it's a little bit concerning because knock on wood, he doesn't get injured this year, but in the event that he does, will he have enough room and margin for error to not be doing any running and conditioning work until he's able to return? And so let me know in the comments what y'all think. I know a lot of people were very encouraged by the photos. I'm happy to see him working with the team. I thought Trey, Jose, they doing their thing. BI is always in shape. CJ looked like he's in shape this year. Yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think. How encouraged were y'all by the photos? Have y'all read that book? Do y'all remember heavy Shaq, skinny Shaq? And of course, we all want Zion to lose a little bit of weight, but that year he was heavy, it was damn near MVP year. So y'all let me know. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you haven't already. That's today's show. I'm out.
With the NFL season right around the corner, nonstop football action is in sight. You can get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Nobody's missing out on the action this season. All DraftKings customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this September. Life's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app before kickoff. Use code BOOT to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you just bet $5 on any NFL bet. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code BOOT. The crown is yours.